Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you a story. Storytelling is an extremely powerful medium to deliver a message. And storytelling has gripped humankind for centuries. All of us have grown up listening to stories from our parents, our grandparents, and even our friends. And today, storytelling has gripped everybody on social media, and that is what is keeping people hooked to platforms such as Netflix and Amazon Prime. So, no matter what the age, listening to stories, watching stories, and learning from stories is a very powerful methodology to get the message across. So, today's story is about four horses. The story of four horses. Long time ago, there was a king. And the king had a big horse stable. In the horse stable, the king had four new horses. And these horses were untrained. They were running wild, they were running free. And the king wanted these horses to be trained so that they become useful to his collection of horses. So he sent out a message across the kingdom to bring in the best possible trainer so that these horses can be trained. Many a trainer came to the king and promised the earth and the moon and the stars, and they did attempt to succeed in training these four wild horses. But succeed they did not. The king grew extremely impatient. But one day, as always, out of the blue, a very smart and dynamic person came to the king. And he said, "My dear king, I will be able to train your wild horses. But my only condition is that I will train these horses not at the royal stables, but in the open fields near my village where I live." So the king agreed. And having agreed, he allowed the four wild horses to be taken by this young and smart person to his village. And this young and smart person took about a month. But after a month, the entire kingdom was surprised that these four horses have been trained to perfection. So the king was mighty curious. He wanted to know how come this young individual was able to succeed without any help and support of the royal stables, and he did this on his own. He asked him for his process and his secret sauce. So the young man replied, "My dear king, these horses are born wild and free. Mother Nature created them that way. So in order to tame these 4 wild horses, it was important to first let them free. And that is what I did. I allowed them to be free. I allowed them to roam all the fields near my village. And I allowed them to have their food whenever they felt hungry. I allowed them to rest whenever they wanted to rest. I offered them water whenever they wanted to have a drink of water. So, as the days passed by, the 4 wild horses saw that I was serving them, that I was taking care of them. They tended to see me as a friend, as one of them. And as the days went by, one day I tried to put a saddle on one of the horses. The horses refused. And after a few such attempts, I succeeded in putting the saddle on one such horse. And I succeeded in riding that horse. And then after a few more days, I saddled the second horse, and then the third, and then finally the fourth. At the end of the process, all the 4 horses were not only willing to be saddled, they were also willing to be wearing the reins, using which I could train them. So that is the way I succeeded, said the young, energetic person to the king. So what is the moral in this story? What are the leadership lessons in this story? Well, the 4 horses are a metaphor to what we have within ourselves. The 4 horses can be compared to the body, our physical self, to the intellect, our rational mind, to worries in our mind, and lastly, our sense of self or ego, which is also in our mind. These are the 4 horses within every human being, within you. Body, intellect, worry, and ego. Therefore, whenever one sets out to conquer a difficult task or attempts a creative process or wants to improve one's skills or knowledge, or simply wants to learn public speaking or presentation skills, whatever your goal, the process to achieve that goal has to be thought through. One has to invest in the foundation stage before you attempt to achieve things in life and achieve goals in life that can push you towards success. So, what are these foundation preparative stages? Number 1 is understanding ourselves. Through awareness, one needs to understand oneself. And once you understand oneself, you learn to observe, become aware of yourself. You need to befriend yourself. You need to befriend your mind. Before you try to regulate or control it, you have to understand how it works. Having understood how it works, one has to understand through the intellect what is the process of acquiring the goal. Then, through the effort of mind and body over a period of time, through patience and perseverance, one is able to realize one's goals. And one should also keep in mind that the worry horse is going to run amok. It will keep you away. If it can, it will keep you away from your goal. It will challenge you, overwhelm you, and at times stifle you. You may feel completely numb, not being able to proceed. But bring your awareness back. Understand that you're going through a low phase. Observe yourself and allow for things to rise up. And when you feel better, start again. Start again. For you will succeed. So, let us remember that the biggest achievements in life always take time. As someone once said, it took me 20 years to be an overnight success. It took me 20 years to be an overnight success. Sir Edmund Hillary, when he managed to conquer Mount Everest, everybody asked him, why did you keep on trying to conquer Mount Everest even though you were severely injured many times, even though your health was completely deteriorated, even though you were about to lose your life many times? So Sir Edmund Hillary replied, it is not the mountain that we conquer, but ourselves. He wanted to prove to himself that he can rise and overcome his fears and achieve his life's goal, which he did. And a famous and successful American basketball coach, John Wooden, said, do not let what you cannot do, interfere with what you can do. So, pick up the things that you can do, keep at it, keep refining it, stay with it, and one day you will achieve your milestone success that you are seeking. Before I finish, the final quote by Swami Vivekananda: conquer yourself and the whole world is yours. I wish you the very best in every endeavor that you are undertaking today and every day of your life. Make today your masterpiece. Thank you.